What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing how to quit your full-time job and to supplement your income through trading. So I'm basically going to give you guys a step-by-step guide on how I made trading my full-time income. But yeah, let's hop right into it. So the very first thing I'm going to highly suggest to you guys is reading trading books. I will say that reading trading books has helped me so much, because you got to think, people who are writing books are not just some random person who's only been trading for 3 months. They're people who have been trading for a while and they have the proper education to write that book, or else they wouldn't be, writing it in the first place. So some of the books that I highly suggest are going to be How to Day Trade for a Living, How to Swing Trade for a Living, Candlesticks and Persons Pivot Trading Triggers, Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets, and The New Age of Technical Analysis, which is going to be my book that will be dropping very soon, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. But yeah, like I said, I did learn a lot from books, but I also learned a lot from mentors. So what you need to do is you do need to find a good mentor that's actually going to teach you how to properly trade, because let me tell you, there are a lot of crappy mentors out there. So make sure to do your research and find the right one. Make sure you understand their strategy too, because if they're talking about something that you have no idea what they're even saying, then you're going to be wasting your money paying them to teach you. So again, look into their strategy and decide for yourself, does this make sense and do I want to learn more from it? So the very first thing is going to be education. Education is going to be very important, especially when you first start trading, because nobody's going to come in day one, make $1,000, day two, make $1,000, day three, make $1,000. Like, is that possible? Yes, but at that point, if you're just now trading, you're probably gambling at that point, and it's not going to be sustainable in the long run. So education is going to be number one. So roughly with education, I would say it's going to take around a year to 2 years before you fully understand, how to properly and effectively trade the markets. But after that, it's really just going to be learning every single day. So always be a student of the market, because I've been trading for 4 years and I still learn new things every single day in the market. So the education is never going to end. But again, like I said, it's roughly going to take like a year to 2 years before you fully understand what you're actually doing. So after you're done, basically your education phase, another thing that I did that helped me a lot was I back tested my strategies, and I would sit here day after day after day just putting a random stock on replay mode on TradingView. So if you're on TradingView, we can go on over to Tesla, and this is how I got, I'm not going to say I'm a fantastic swing trader, but this is how I got really good at swing trading, was I just went on TradingView and I would put on replay mode, click on a random day. So all the way back here, I actually ended up clicking on a day that Tesla broke out of this symmetrical triangle. So okay, we're looking at Tesla, here's the high, swing highs, here's the swing lows, boom, it broke out. Okay, so what we can do is we can clone this bottom trend line right here, project it right here, and this is going to give us a price target roughly around 588. Okay, so I want to swing trade Tesla. If I'm going to be aiming for something that's around $140 out of the money, then I'm going to have to buy some time. Maybe I'm going to go around 2 to 3 months out on my swing trade. Okay, well, let's see how this works out. Let's go forward. Okay, Tesla is already up to 487.39, and during the day it hit a high of 495. All right, cool. If you swung some Tesla contracts, you're going to be up a decent bit. You can decide to trim or move your stop loss to break even. Okay, now Tesla went all the way up to 500, which at this point is going to be roughly around a $60 to $50 move. Next day it pulls back a little bit and then it rips again. Okay, I'm going to move my stop loss up. Boom, there goes Tesla again, and boom, it hit the price target. So what's funny is I actually did not plan on clicking on Tesla right here. I had this little symmetrical triangle drawn for my book, but anyways, you guys get the point. So this is literally what I would do all day on the weekends, and when I wasn't trading, same thing. I would put this up on the daily time frame or even a 4-hour time frame, and I'll basically practice my swing trade. We could even go to another example. Maybe let's just pull up AMD. So we pull up AMD, we get off a replay mode, we do it again, and we go click somewhere random. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, so we're looking at AMD right now. Looks like it's trying to do this little inverse head and shoulders, so let's see if it does. First, let's get a trend line. That's gonna be an ugly neckline, but let's just fast forward and see what it does. Okay, so now we can see that it did break that inverse head and shoulders. It held for 1 day, and now 2 days. Let's get an entry. Again, I have no idea what's gonna happen with AMD, But what we can say is we're going to set a stop loss at around negative 50% for this swing trade. So let's just pretend that we end up buying a contract, and let's just say our stop loss is going to be around 45.61. Okay, let's go forward. All right, cool. AMD is up to $50.67. And then it gapped all the way up to $54.93. Boom, I'm out of my swing trade. And again, I had no idea what was gonna happen. You guys saw it on here. I randomly just went back and clicked on a random spot and started going forward day after day. So a lot of back testing is going to be needed as well. But kind of going back to, you know, the mentors, the books, and all that other good stuff, you're also gonna come across indicators. So for me personally, when I am trading, I like to use a TTM squeeze, on balance volume, and the stochastic. That's just, you know, trial and error using different indicators. I used to use stuff like MACD and RSI, however, I hate those now. And there's been tons and tons of trial and error when it comes to the indicators. Again, just back testing and figuring out what works for me. So eventually, once you're, you know, going through your education phase, you're gonna find indicators that work for you. You always want to back test them and, you know, keep a tally of how many winning trades versus how many losing trades you have. Go back and back test 50 trades, and if only 10 of them are successful, okay, what made you lose 40 of the 50 trades? And then you just want to refine your strategy. So now that you got a strategy, you got your education, and you start trading on a live account, the biggest thing is going to be risk management. So a lot of people, what I've noticed is they kind of treat the stock market like a casino, and they're just, oh, I'm gonna put, you know, 50% of my account into this trade. No, that is not what you do. So some of the risk management rules that I've used that have helped me get to the point where I'm at is I'm never having more than around 2 to 4 trades on at a single time. So it could be a variation of, you know, 2 swing trades, 3 swing trades, and 1 day trade. Preferably when I'm day trading, I'm in only 1 day trade at a time so I can fully focus on that 1 day trade. There's been a few times where I've had, you know, 2 day trades going on, but it's never going to be more than 2 day trades. So I would prefer to have less trades on, that way I can fully focus on those trades, because if you spread yourself too wide, it's going to be hard to keep up with your trades, and that's how you're going to be losing money in the long term. So again, roughly around 2 to 4 trades is going to be the max that I have on at one time. And then another rule I have is I'm never going to be using more than 10 to 15% of my trading account at all times. So let's say I'm trading with a $100,000 account. I will never have more than $10,000 to $15,000 at risk at any given time. So if you go back to the rule of around 2 to 4 trades, and let's just say you're using $10,000, you can equally distribute to $2,500 each. So if you have $2,500 in 4 trades, that's going to equal $10,000. Now, if I'm swing trading, I'm roughly willing to lose around 50%, so I will go a little lighter size in my swing trades depending on, you know, all the confirmations I have. Because, you know, say there is a high probability setup like something we traded recently on GLD, I am going to put a little more money into that trade just because I have a lot of confirmations. And then really depending where you enter on the trade is also going to be very, very important because, you know, proper risk to reward is always needed in the market. But anyways, never using more than 10 to 15% of my account. For swing trades, I'm roughly willing to risk around 50%. But again, depending where you enter, you can skew the risk to reward in your entry. Just like that AMD example that I showed you guys, we entered here, the stop loss would be, you know, right down here below the breakout candle. So you have a very small stop loss and your take profit, I mean, basically unlimited. It could have went all the way back up to these highs right here. But anyways, I think you guys get the point. Now, as far as day trading, every single time I go into a day trade, I'm willing to risk around 20% on my contracts. But again, depending where you enter, you can skew the risk to reward in your favor. If you enter right off of support, your stop loss right on the opposite side. Therefore, in reality, you're probably risking like 5 to 10% of your contracts at that point. So definitely having a proper risk management strategy is going to be super, super important. And eventually, again, once you start testing a strategy and you find a strategy that works best for you, and then you piece it together with your risk management, that's going to help you a lot becoming a successful trader. And then the other thing is just going to be, you know, trading A+ setups only. So if you guys are familiar with my swing trading strategy or my day trading strategy, I literally swing trade the same exact setup almost every single time. There's always a weekly squeeze, there's always a breakout, And as we see, GLD fit that example. If we go back to an old swing trade I took on EWJ, there was a weekly falling wedge, it was squeezing, it broke out. So I would say like 95% of my swing trades look the exact same, they're just on a different stock. Now with my day trades, recently it's basically just been orbs. So if you guys aren't too familiar with orbs, I will be leaving a video down in the description, make sure to watch that. But I've been trading a lot of orbs that are squeezing, and again, that's just, you know, my ideal A+ setup. So when I see that and the amount of times I've traded it, I have the confidence going into that trade every single time. Now, a question I do get asked all the time is, you know, how do I become more confident in the market? It just comes with, you know, experience. It's going to take a while, but once you find those proper setups and you trade the same setup almost every single day, you will become more confident, because the next time you see it, you're going to remember all the other times that you traded that setup and it was successful. So that's just a quick little step-by-step guide on how to end up quitting your full-time job to become a trader. If you guys would like a part 2, make sure to leave a comment down in the description, as well as clicking that like and that subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. As always, everybody have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.